Well, this is awkward. When I last talked about No More Room in Hell, I wasn't even remotely finished. There are several other problems that run rampant throughout this game's veins. The sequel, as I previously mentioned, is nowhere to be found despite being announced for release this October. You're all aware of how long this game has been on the Steam store, and it comes as no surprise to hear that it has been updated in a few areas, so to speak. However, I also discovered what happened to the sequel. In a Twitter post on October 21st, the devs released an official apology claiming that the game was delayed further due to a recent connection made with a third partner. So they're delaying the game to make it better, right? Well, as I read later down the list, it says, if we are to accept your hard-earned money, we also want to deliver the absolute best game we can. If that were the case, then don't you think the first game would be updated a lot more by now? And the mentioning of taking the player's hard-earned money is actually really funny to me because your first game was free, so why are you charging money for a sequel that nobody really asked for? I'm not even gonna argue my case. I get that the future is now and everything costs money, but this is a little fucking ridiculous. Video games are supposed to help us escape reality, and to make a free-to-play game and then make a sequel that costs money kinda just seems lazy to me, especially considering the first game still is full of fucking problems and full of bullshit. Don't get me wrong, everything I've seen about the sequel to the game looks really promising, but it's been years and years and years. With no new announcement or release date from anybody, it's hard to stay dedicated when there's already so much more coming my way next year with Dead Space and Resident Evil 4 coming out. But enough about the sequel that seems to have vanished off the face of the earth. Let's tackle what No More Room in Hell has that I forgot to mention last time. First of all, I discovered this little menu by complete accident, but before you go into each game, you can select a few mutators created by the No More Room in Hell team for your benefit. The plus side of this is the game is so much easier, despawning every zombie you kill permanently and maximizing your stamina so it never runs out. Essentially, these are cheat codes more than gameplay modifiers. Another cool thing about the modifiers is while they're active, you can still unlock Steam achievements if you really care to unlock all of them in this fucking game. But big shocker, the modifiers don't do shit to really increase the game that much, aside from making it slightly easier to get past enemies and get tools that you need. It's still pretty fucking hard. 25% of the time, it's the zombie population, because there's too fucking many. 50% of the time, you run out of ammo. 75% of the time, you're backtracking, trying to create some distance between you and the massive horde of fucking zombies. But 100% of the time, it's just straight up fucking bullshit. Here we go, with the fucking 9,000 kids. The hit detection in this game is wonky and fucked. Sometimes you'll get a direct, clear shot to a zombie's head, and it'll give you a sigh of relief. Majority of the time, however, my crosshair is pointed right at the fucking thing. Like, look at this! What the fuck was that shit? I shot the fucking dog in its face with a shotgun. It should have went down. Oh god, look at this fucking ridiculous shit. A whole mob of zombies waiting for me to access that part of the map so I can die. And I can't even shoot them because there's an invisible wall. Really fucking great design work. Whoever designed this map, you can eat my asshole. The only real useful mutator is the one that removes zombie spawns. Without constantly having to turn around to check your back or fend off 1,000 fucking runners, it makes progression through maps a hell of a lot nicer and way more immersive, but it's still just not enough. Even if you take out the problems like the zombie population or the abundance of accuracy issues, you still only have essentially a shell. There's no main campaign besides the developer-made maps, I guess. There's no special infected, there's no vehicles, there's no customization, no NPCs, no real dialogue besides quips. There's literally nothing here. The game is sponsored as a co-op zombie survival game, but it's not really delivered as that. It's kind of just a drag and drop, copy and paste zombie killing simulator. In the last Curse Steam review, I mentioned that you can't play this game online with friends anymore. Well, you can, but it's a complicated process now. First of all, you have to open up something called a port forwarding port forwarding rule in your router. I can't even fucking pronounce that. It doesn't seem too complicated to do, or you could download Hamachi. But the thing is, I used to be able to just invite my friends to the game and they would join. Why is that fucked up now? Why do I have to do all sorts of stupid shit on the side just to be able to play with my friends? I should also mention that in almost every single map in this game, there's a puzzle. But most of the time, puzzles are broken for me, or the shitty compass you're given points you in the total opposite direction of where you're supposed to go. And your character's speed, it takes way too long to clear out zombies, even if you're playing as carefully and calmly as a fucking toddler. It's like jumping into a pit of snakes while covered in mouse carcasses. There's no way to dodge them. How do you like this shit too? Zombie respawns are turned off, but look at this. Zombie respawning is supposed to be turned off, so why the fuck are you guys here? That's one of my mutators. Like, the mutator literally said it despawns zombies when they're dead, so why are there zombies right now? Well, I guess I'm done with this shitty map. Let's try a different one. Experimenting with different maps is nothing more than an illusion, as some maps start you off with better gear than others. You may find a shotgun with 3 boxes of ammo and think, oh boy, I can't wait to use that, but in the end, the results will be the same. An anticlimactic ending for an anticlimactic game. Yeah, that's real fucking nice. Thanks, asshole. The very first door you open and a zombie grabs me and bites me right off the bat? Well, thank God I'm not infected, I guess. I also mentioned that using key items is a hassle because God forbid someone creates pockets or backpacks or something in this universe. Your character kind of just holds the key in front of their fucking face and you can't attack while holding a key or run. So basically, you're a walking fucking filet mignon. Saving your ammunition is easier said than done. Zombies spawn at random on each map, so there's no definitive way to avoid them. Their outrageous reach makes it difficult to sprint past, so the only other option left is to mag dump them until either they're dead or you are. It's monotonous. I can't say that there's a weapon more powerful than the rest because all guns feel just about as airsoft as ever. That is, except for the Mosin with the bayonet. This rifle is handy because it's an instant headshot kill, it can hold 10 rounds, and you could spam the fuck out of the melee and clear some space with it. I mean, if you can get it to fucking hit your mark. What the fuck? Are you kidding? I don't know how I can make it any clearer. This needs updates. Once again, no matter how much you cheese an exploit you've discovered, the game always one-ups you. You know that death scene in Callisto Protocol where Jacob gets turned into taco meat? That's kind of what playing No More Room in Hell is like, visually. I stood here on these planks for a long fucking time trying to kill the zombies, and I was still struggling. Thank fucking God. The more and more I play this fucking game, the more I hate it. The level of non-existent updates, half-assed combat, ridiculous zombie population, and broken gunplay is way too high for me, and the only reason I'm even making this video is in hopes to get some attention to the devs, but at this rate, I feel like I'd have better luck scratching off lottery tickets and shit. In order to properly complete this map, I first have to restore power to the generator out back of the house. In case you couldn't already tell, that's kind of fucking hard to do. It's that time of the map where I pop more pills. It's a daily thing at this point. I'm so used to being infected. I'm practically full of fucking bite marks like Swiss cheese is full of holes. But the only holes I have on my mind are the assholes who made this. As I previously stated earlier, the compass is a joke, but not a funny one. It's a joke about your mother, and we don't stand for that shit. I think I'm losing my mind at this point, so bear with me. The compass seems to always have more than one colored dot, indicating important items or keys that you're supposed to collect. But there are so many dots, and the colors are all the same, it's hard to keep track of and focus on at the same time while fighting these fucking zombies all around you. So ultimately, I ended up dying. Again. By a fucking crawler nonetheless. Oh, and every time you die, you guessed it, the map resets and you have to start all the way from the beginning. Of course, this varies gameplay to a certain extent. Some entrances can have you go a different way than the original. However, now you have to go through the whole fucking map again. There is somehow a way to respawn a few times before you run out of lives, but as far to my knowledge, there is absolutely zero checkpoint system and this game desperately needs it. On some some maps on casual difficulty, you'll have 3 respawns. On other maps, you'll have none, even if you're still on casual. I don't understand it, nor do I care to. Referring back to the compass again, it doesn't tell you, for example, in GTA 4, when an item is above you, the arrow on the blip will tell you. But here, if an item is below or above you on a separate floor or whatever, the game's not going to tell you. The dot just points to wherever you have to go, roughly. So you just have to guess. It's still a broken fucking mess to play, and it does me no good the longer I spend chopping zombie heads off. As fun as it is to have a lot of terrain, a decent amount of weaponry, and even unlimited sprint, the game doesn't offer much to anyone. You want to play a good free-to-play zombie game? Play fucking Stalker Anomaly. I've only said it 1,000 times on the channel. It's 20 times better than this in every way, especially with mods. There is no point to play this. So anyway, this asshole that I shot with a point-blank double barrel in the face, and his asshole SWAT buddy ended up killing me. And with that, I am officially done. I can now definitely say that No More Room in Hell is just not the game it used to be. Gone is the fun to be had, with too many restrictions and handicaps on the player and more favorable outcomes for the zombies. I can't see anybody defending it, considering the sequel may not even come out now, and if it does, I'm sure they'll ask for an obscene amount of money, but I don't know. Hopefully it's worth something in the end. Alright, it's that time of the video where I beg and plead for you guys to like and subscribe for more content. If you're feeling dangerous, you can hit that bell too to get notifications the second we upload a video. It really helps us out, and thanks a lot for the support, guys.